The Vietnam War. From jungle insertion zones to dusty firebases, helicopters transformed warfare forever. These rotary-wing machines didn't just support the war, they defined it, evacuated the wounded, hunted the enemy, and made the impossible routine. Every rotor blade tells a story of courage, innovation, and the birth of air mobility. This is every helicopter used in the Vietnam War. Transport and assault helicopters. Let's begin with the workhorses that made air mobility doctrine a reality. Bell UH-1 Iroquois, universally known as the Huey. This became the iconic sound and symbol of Vietnam, its distinctive rotor thump echoing across every battlefield. Over 7,000 served in country, carrying troops into hot landing zones, evacuating casualties, and delivering supplies to isolated positions. The Huey could do everything: troop transport, medevac, gunship, command post, earning its place as the most versatile helicopter ever built. More than any other aircraft, the Huey is the Vietnam War. Boeing CH-47 Chinook, the heavy-lift twin-rotor giant. This tandem-rotor beast could carry 44 troops or 10,000 pounds of cargo through mountainous terrain where fixed-wing aircraft couldn't operate. Chinooks recovered downed aircraft worth millions, sling-loaded artillery pieces to mountaintop fire bases, and even carried other helicopters to safety. Its distinctive profile and unmatched lifting power made it irreplaceable throughout the war. Sikorsky CH-54 Tarhe, nicknamed the Sky Crane, this insect-like heavy lifter specialized in jobs too big for even the Chinook. With its unique pod-carrying design, it retrieved over 380 downed aircraft valued at nearly $210 million. The Sky Crane placed massive prefabricated bridges, transported entire field hospitals, and lifted 10-ton loads through hostile fire. Nothing else came close to its raw lifting capability. Sikorsky CH-3 Sea King, the Air Force's jungle penetration specialist. Developed for combat search and rescue deep in enemy territory, it featured armor protection, defensive weapons, and aerial refueling capability for extended missions. These machines flew the most dangerous missions of the war, penetrating North Vietnamese airspace to recover downed pilots. The variant HH-3E Jolly Green Giant became legendary among aircrew who knew it represented their only hope of survival. Attack helicopters. Moving on to the gunships that brought devastating firepower from above. Bell AH-1 Cobra, the world's first purpose-built attack helicopter. Developed specifically for Vietnam, this sleek gunship mounted a turret-driven minigun and grenade launcher in its narrow fuselage. Cobras escorted transport helicopters, suppressed enemy positions, and hunted Viet Cong in the jungle canopy. Its tandem seating and stub wings bristling with rockets made it instantly recognizable and absolutely lethal. Bell UH-1C and UH-1M Huey gunships, the interim attack platforms. Before the Cobra arrived, armed Hueys filled the gunship role with mounted machine guns, rocket pods, and door gunners. These modified transports traded cargo capacity for firepower, mounting multiple weapon systems on both sides. Though vulnerable compared to the purpose-built Cobra, Huey gunships pioneered helicopter attack tactics and saved countless ground units. Hughes OH-6 Cayuse in the gunship role, the nimble killer. While designed for observation, many Cayuses were configured as light observation helicopters with miniguns and grenade launchers. These tiny, agile machines flew treetop-level missions, drawing enemy fire to locate positions for heavier gunships. Pilots called them loaches, and their courage bordered on suicidal as they deliberately provoked enemy contact. Observation and reconnaissance helicopters. Next on the list, the eyes of the battlefield. Hughes OH-6 Cayuse, the primary observation platform. This egg-shaped light helicopter became the most produced scout chopper of the war, with over 1,400 serving in Vietnam. Incredibly agile and surprisingly tough, it flew low and slow to find the enemy, often taking heavy fire in the process. Loach pilots developed a reputation as the craziest aviators in Vietnam, deliberately hovering at treetop level to draw ambushes. Bell OH-13 Sioux, the Korean War veteran still serving. This small bubble canopy helicopter handled observation duties early in the conflict before being replaced by more capable designs. Its simple, lightweight design made it reliable for training and light reconnaissance, though it lacked the performance for high-threat environments. Thousands of pilots earned their wings in the Sioux before transitioning to more advanced helicopters. Hiller OH-23 Raven, another Korean War holdover. Similar to the OH-13, this light observation helicopter served primarily in the early years before more modern designs arrived. Its cramped cockpit and limited capabilities made it obsolete by mid-war, but it performed adequately in low-threat reconnaissance missions. Most Ravens were phased out by 1964 as better helicopters became available. Bell OH-58 Kiowa, the Cayusa's successor. Introduced late in the war, this light observation helicopter offered improved performance and survivability over earlier scouts. Though it arrived too late to see extensive Vietnam service, it incorporated lessons learned from years of combat. The Kiowa would go on to serve the Army for decades after Vietnam ended. Heavy transport helicopters, continuing with the cargo haulers that sustained remote outposts. Sikorsky SH-37 Mojave, the early heavy lifter. This piston-powered giant served in the early years before turbine-powered helicopters dominated. With its distinctive nose-loading clamshell doors, it could carry 26 troops or significant cargo loads. The Mojave's reciprocating engines made it maintenance-intensive and underpowered compared to turbine designs, leading to its replacement by the Chinook. Piasecki H-21 Shawnee, nicknamed the Flying Banana. This tandem-rotor helicopter served extensively in the early escalation years, carrying troops and supplies before the Huey arrived in numbers. Its distinctive upward-curving fuselage gave it the Banana nickname that stuck throughout its service life. Vulnerable to ground fire and underpowered for Vietnam's hot, humid conditions, it was largely withdrawn by 1965. Sikorsky H-19 Chickasaw, one of the earliest troop carriers. This Korean War-era helicopter saw limited service in the early advisory years before more capable designs replaced it. Its radial piston engine and small cargo capacity made it inadequate for the expanding war's demands. Most H-19s had been retired from Vietnam service by 1963. Specialized mission helicopters. Let's look at the specialized platforms designed for unique roles. Come on HH-43 Husky, the base firefighting and local rescue helicopter. With its distinctive intermeshing rotors, this helicopter stationed at every major airbase for crash rescue and firefighting duties. Its exceptional hovering capability and quick response time saved dozens of aircrew from burning wreckage. Though not a combat helicopter in the traditional sense, Huskies were absolutely essential for flight operations safety. Sikorsky HH-53 Super Jolly Green Giant, the ultimate combat rescue machine. Developed late in the war, this heavily armed and armored helicopter represented the pinnacle of search and rescue capability. With aerial refueling probes, armor plating, multiple machine guns, and sophisticated navigation equipment, it could penetrate deep into North Vietnam. Super Jolly Greens rescued dozens of pilots from areas no other helicopter could reach. Bell UH-1F and UH-1P, specialized variants for unique missions. These Air Force Huey variants performed missile site support, special operations insertion, and psychological warfare missions. Equipped with specialized communications gear and modified for specific roles, they filled niche requirements across the theater. Though less numerous than standard Hueys, they proved invaluable for unconventional operations. Sikorsky S-58/H-34 Choctaw, the Marine Corps workhorse. This single-rotor helicopter served extensively with Marine units throughout the war, performing troop transport and cargo missions. Marines preferred its reliability and cargo capacity despite its piston engine and older design. Thousands of combat assaults were flown in Choctaws before turbine-powered helicopters replaced them. Navy and Marine helicopters. Moving on to the rotary-wing assets from Naval Aviation. Sikorsky SH-3 Sea King in the naval combat role. Beyond its Air Force rescue variant, Navy Sea Kings performed combat search and rescue from carriers, anti-submarine warfare, and special operations support. Operating from ships offshore, they provided immediate rescue capability for downed naval aviators over water. Sea Kings also supported SEAL team insertions and coastal reconnaissance missions. Come on UH-2 Sea Sprite, the Navy's utility helicopter. This versatile platform performed plane guard duties aboard carriers, search and rescue, observation, and light transport missions. Sea Sprites stationed on destroyers and cruisers extended the fleet's reach for rescue and resupply operations. Though primarily a naval helicopter, some supported riverine operations in the Mekong Delta. Boeing Vertals H-46C Knight, the Marine Corps medium transport. This twin-rotor helicopter became the standard Marine troop carrier, inserting combat units into landing zones throughout I Corps. With a rear loading ramp and capacity for 17 combat-loaded troops, it enabled rapid vertical assault operations. Sea Knights flew thousands of combat missions, becoming as iconic to Marines as the Huey was to the Army. Bell UH-1E, the Marine Huey variant. Marines operated their own Huey version with unique modifications for shipboard operations and Marine Corps requirements. These helicopters performed the same versatile missions as Army Hueys but with Marine-specific equipment and tactics. UH-1ES supported countless amphibious operations and firebase resupply missions. Experimental and limited service helicopters. Next on the list, the rare birds and experimental platforms. Sikorsky S-64 Skycran, the civilian heavy lifter pressed into military service. Similar to the CH-54 but operated by civilian contractors, these cranes performed specialized heavy lift missions. They placed communication towers on mountaintops, recovered particularly valuable equipment, and handled lifts beyond military helicopter capabilities. Only a handful served, but their contributions were significant. Lockheed AH-56 Cheyenne, the advanced attack helicopter that never was. This compound helicopter with pusher propeller and rigid rotor promised revolutionary speed and firepower. Development continued through much of the war, but technical problems and cost overruns killed the program before deployment. Had it succeeded, the Cheyenne would have transformed attack helicopter doctrine. Hughes YOH-6 prototypes and test variants. Beyond the standard Cayuse, experimental versions tested new technologies and weapon systems throughout the war. These test platforms evaluated concepts that influenced future helicopter development. Though never reaching full production, they contributed to advancing rotary-wing technology. From the iconic Huey to the mighty Chinook, from nimble scouts to armored gunships, these helicopters revolutionized warfare and defined the Vietnam experience. They transformed jungle warfare, pioneered air mobility doctrine, and proved that vertical envelopment could succeed where traditional tactics failed. Each design represented innovation under fire, lessons learned in blood, and the evolution of rotary-wing combat aviation. Did I miss any variants you know about? Let me know in the comments below.